About to shake, the chocolate shake. That's why we won tonight. I drank my first chocolate shake. Now this is a crazy game, and it's amazing how from one day to the next how this game can change, and from one side to the other side. But it started with Sosa. This game starts with pitching. He pitched a great game. We got some big hits, got a big lead early, and he's pitched well. But he's 5-0 this year at home with a 0-point-something ERA, 0.96 ERA at home this year. So he's pitched very, very well, in particular at home. And he took us right in there to the end of the game, really. He could have probably stayed if he wanted to, if he'd been close.
4 home runs, how nice was that?
It was a hitter's day. The wind was blowing out, so it's good. Which is good. I like to see home runs, especially when they're from our dugout. But I like to see some home runs. I think it's a big part of the game. I'm very excited to wait. The whole season's going for everybody, not just for us. There is some home runs in the game back with the ball changed, but for us today it was big. It was big, and Willie hit a big one, and Thompson, of course, the biggest one, that first one with the 3-run homer.
Jim, how much does that change things, just winning the one game at the end? At the end of the series.
Well, it's amazing how when you go somewhere or even at home and you win the first 2 and you lose the third one, you end on a bad note. How you feel terrible at the end of the day, and then a day like today, you lose the first 2 and you win the last one, and you leave the ballpark with a good feeling. And even though I'd like to win the series, but I thought we played well tonight. I thought it was a big game. Every game's important. Every game's important for we're first in our division, which is important, and we RPIs, everything's affected with days like today. There's changes in RPIs, and all that comes in effect in NCAA tournament, and where you have a chance to host or anything like that. So we need to finish strong, though. I can tell you that we need to finish strong, and win some games here down the stretch. I think we got 11 games left. We need to play well.
Jim, why was your team able to? You lose the first 2, yet they bounced back like that. Why would a lot of teams might have been down? You might have started slow, but you guys right off the bat were right on it.
Well, I hate the term. That's baseball. It's already been said once today. But I think it is crazy. It's a crazy game, and but I talked to the team just about the rivalry before the game and how important it was to come out today, and we haven't lost a series at home since last March, and here we are, and we better not be swept, particularly by Florida State, and we have to live with that for a year, and our fans have to live with it. It's very important for us to come out and play this game and play our heart out today.
Jim, can you talk about how you guys were able to put pressure on them in almost every inning?
Well, we got a lot of base runs. We swung the bat well. We got some big hits, and big hits, none bigger than David Thompson's of them. So that's a big force. The difference between the first 2 days. Really, the first day we left a lot of guys on base too.
Can you talk about what happened in that little dust up with when they threw behind Kennedy?
Well, that's. I'm sure Garrett was upset. He should be. They shouldn't be. Guy before you hits a home run. In fact, if you do that in Major League Baseball, then you're automatically ejected. I wouldn't have had a problem if they were ejected in that situation. I just want to make sure we kept under control. Of course, Kennedy's talking to their catcher, and I'll look up some guys that come out of the dugout when I turn, so we got to make sure you keep it under control. There's a rule you can't leave your position. That means if you're in the dugout, you can't leave the dugout or ejection. So I just got to keep it under control.
Did you speak to Enrique Sosa after that thing to not get any vengeance?
Of course, I don't want to go out there and throw and hit a guy, because if you do, you're going to be out, because he won both benches.
Right.
And you got to do that, because you can't say, okay, we're warning their bench and not ours, and they give us a free shot to go out and throw at somebody, and then they warn you. So they warn both benches, and the problem is you worry about pitching inside. If you pitch inside and accidentally hit somebody with a fastball, then they go, he did it on purpose. So, and you don't want to get in that situation, as a team. Or a pitcher or a coach or anything.
Skandarian was talking a little bit about how Brian Garcia gave a speech to the team before the game. Were you there?
No, I spoke, and my speech wasn't very long. It wasn't a normal scouting report talking about that I gave today. It was basically about playing for pride, and I left the locker room. So it was a little bit different. I didn't go do stuff I normally do, go over signs and things that I normally do. It was just short, basically playing for the pride.
How good was this FSU team?
They're good. They played good. They won 2 out of 3 at home. They're ranked wherever they're ranked after this weekend, and they're a good club. But they played good against us. They swung the bat good against us. And so other than today, Sosa pitched very well.
You guys are off until next Friday. Is the pitching lineup going to stay the same?
Yes, it'll stay the same. It's a little bit different because we don't practice Monday or Tuesday with the reading days. We will practice Wednesday, Thursday, and then we fly out Friday. Play a doubleheader Saturday. There was I don't know what the right mistake or a miscommunication in the schedule. We're on the road in the middle of exams, so normally that's not the case. So we'll fly up late Friday, play doubleheader Saturday, come back Sunday, and then take off Monday and Tuesday, and they're back in exams, and then we're finished. And I'm sure the guys will say, "Thank goodness, we're ready to play baseball."